everybody.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That sounds sincere, because I'll tell you, it's not how I'm feeling today. Hi, everyone. What was I listening to today? I was listening to the was it the Conan O'Brien podcast? One of them, or I don't know. I was listening to some shit, and someone talked about speaking with a smile. And how if you speak with a smile, you can. It sounds different.
I heard something about it too.
And so that was me faking a smile and speaking right through it. So, hi everyone, welcome back.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, then you can see our faces.
Yeah, you can see this all happening. Welcome back to the Quiet Riot Show. I don't know what episode this is, and I don't really care.
I believe this will be 8.
You know when we're airing this?
Yeah, actually, this will be next show aired because we pre-recorded some because I was gone for the summer.
Yeah, now we're running out and I'm stressed about it.
That's right, and so we have to record. We still have some in the bank, but we kind of figured that we can add some new materials, a little something more recent too, and I think we're gonna talk about it during the show. How we're gonna have some episodes where it's just you and I.
That's today. That's what we're doing.
This is one of them. Yeah, so, exactly.
Sorry, I don't know. Sorry to you, to the listeners.
Yeah, I guess so.
To everybody.
You might be disappointed, or you might really enjoy this one.
It's like this is like a summer in review show.
Yeah, and it's going to be a very yin yang.
Yeah, sure.
Because I had a great summer, and I'm
going to ask a lot of questions, and
you had not so great.
Yeah, and
so
the rest can fuck off. Yeah. So. Anyways, welcome back. If you haven't listened before, welcome here. We are the Quiet Riot Show. We're about men's mental health. We're just two guys and sometimes other people who sit across the table and just have honest conversation, and hopefully you enjoy listening to it.
Let's do some checking in.
Oh yeah, this is something we do. When are we going to stop saying that? Soon. I think soon.
I think soon, yeah.
So we do a check-in part of the show. It's a 1 to 10. You pick your number for however long time period you want, and then we talk about it. I'm simplifying the process.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't have to explain why.
Can you tell I'm in a great mood today? From?
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
let's get it done.
This is going to be a 25-minute show. Tommy, what number are you?
Today I'm a 6. It's been very busy for me, pulling long days. Mind you, it's nice because I don't start my day these days till a little bit later, like my day job. I start at 11, so it's nice to sleep in a little bit. But
that's a shift from your normal, 4?
Yeah, 4:30
4 a.m. or 4:30?
4:30 to 1, and now I'm basically, 10:30 to 5 or 7, depending what's going on.
That's different.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I'm not going to get into the details of that. But it's just for the month of September. So it's kind of nice. Like I get to either choose to sleep in, or I get up and just get some stuff done.
Have you actually slept in?
Yes. Yeah, there was 2 days where I slept till like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Which was
shit.
But I also went to bed at 3 a.m. because I was either working on editing or doing some other stuff. So
okay, so you're not actually getting that much more sleep.
Well, I'm getting more than 4 hours. I'm getting more than 4 hours of sleep.
I mean, that's pretty good. I'm surprised you're still a 6.
It's just been it's at the end of getting closer to the end of the week, and it's just I'm physically tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mentally, I'm pretty okay.
Yeah, that's good.
But I started therapy too, so we can dig into that a little bit later. Yeah.
Curious to hear about. Are we talking about that? Maybe just a little bit.
We'll get into that later. Yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's so a solid 6. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Like yourself? A bold 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Lay it on me, baby.
Yep. This morning, I was, and I don't shift numbers very often, and today I've shifted numbers, which is weird. This morning, I probably woke up as a, let's call it a 6.
Okay.
And then there was a period of my morning where I was a 4. Then I was then immediately after that I was like a 7. And now I'm like a 5.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, for me, this is not a good day.
Oh, perfect. I'm so happy there's a microphone in front of you.
I hate. I shouldn't say I hate. I don't do well with lots of adjustment in a short period. It's not my strength.
No, okay.
Other people it is.
Yeah.
I do not do well with that.
Okay.
And today has been one of those days where I've had to make adjustments throughout the entire day, and it's making me really angry.
Okay.
So I am grouchy.
So should this episode be
emotional
a rant?
about it?
A rant?
No. I'm not.
Okay.
That's not what we came here to do.
Okay.
But we're doing the check-in, so I'm telling you.
But you've been shifting, so might as well shift one more time.
No, that's too much fucking shifting. I don't want to do it.
Okay.
So today, overall, I would say has just been a fuck off kind of day.
Okay.
But that's okay. I'm sitting here with you, and we're doing the thing.
Yeah, we're doing the thing.
I feel good about that.
Excellent.
So let's do the thing.
Okay, so earlier in the show, I kind of mentioned that we had some shows pre-recorded, and so we haven't actually sat in the studio for over 2 months. Almost.
Really?
For about 2 months, yeah.
I keep forgetting you were gone for 5 weeks.
That's right, yeah. So
we crammed a whole bunch in right before you left.
Absolutely.
You're driving me nuts with that shit.
Well, but you know,
but we did it. We got it done. And it was good.
And so far, I'm very happy that we've been getting really nice feedback from people, and I just really wanted to put in a new, fresh episode that's a little more current than from a couple months ago.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, and I had a really good summer, and if you follow us on social media, you probably saw that I've been making some posts there.
Yeah, you're all over the world.
Yeah. So I kind of want to touch on that a little bit, and there's also some things that we wanted to do in July but didn't get around to it, so we're gonna, at the end of the show, or maybe we're gonna give away one of these cups or mugs for one of you listeners or followers on Instagram. And we also have an announcement, which if you listen to the last episode, you probably heard the new sponsor. So we'll talk about that a little bit and our whole experience so far. So
I want to.
So let's get into that.
I want to talk about everything.
Perfect.
I'm so excited. Okay, so you were gone for, when did you leave? Mid-June? No, mid-July.
Mid-July, yeah.
Mid-July.
And came back like almost at the end of August. Or towards the end.
Yeah, you were gone for like 5 weeks.
5 weeks, yeah.
And it was awful for me. I want you to know that. As your friend.
Great. I'm so happy.
I see you and your family more than I see anybody else.
Yeah. That's why you were here every day.
And it was hard. No, your in-laws were here every day. It was weird. It was really weird not seeing you guys. Even your kids and your wife. Like, I like your family. You have a nice group.
It was definitely weird. And my wife actually kind of gave me shit while we were in Europe, because she's like, oh, what, you're going to go talk to your boyfriend again? Because we actually ended up talking quite a bit while I was there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And it was really nice, because I've had some really bad days out there, which was you were the first person that I'm like, I need to talk to Tim. So that was awesome.
So hold on. Let's do this in pieces here. So you went back to your home country,
yes,
of Slovakia,
the motherland, yeah,
the motherland, with your family. So your wife and your 2 kids.
Yeah.
Your kids are, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Your kids are 14 and 9?
Yeah. My daughter turned 14 while we were in Europe. Yeah.
So they're 14 and 9. You guys hopped on a plane, or multiple planes, and a train, I believe.
Yeah, it was two planes and 1 train.
So talk to me. We're going to break this out. So talk to me about traveling with your family.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that's awesome.
You know, here's a screen. Leave me alone.
Yeah, remember what we had to, like, I don't know.
Stewardess.
There's not that much of an age difference between us. And like, man, when I used to travel with my family, like, we would do on car trips or flights, and it's like, we didn't have screens.
No, I know. Like, well, actually, my first flight was to Canada ever when I moved here. That was my very first flight. That was your first flight ever? As a kid, like, we couldn't afford to fly anywhere. Like, it was
I don't know. I didn't grow up with you in Slovakia.
No, it was a long 15-hour bus ride to Greece, one of the trips that I remember, and then the other one was, I don't know, I was like a little kid, 4 years old, went to the sea, and it was also like taking a bus because it's just so much cheaper than flying.
We did a lot of road trips when we were young.
Yeah, and
like long
but
ones.
even then, like I remember just like actually either playing cards or like looking out the window. Ooh, what's
when you
that?
play like
Ooh,
cards,
what's
you
that?
play card games.
Yeah, or I would find like a speck on the window. I'm just like pew, pew, shooting the cards in front of me. Or
2.5 hours.
But exactly, like that's the thing. You found like we didn't have screens. Like I found a way to entertain myself, right?
So.
But yeah, like with the kids, it's easy because, like, you know, most airplanes now, especially if you're flying overseas, you have your own screen.
Yeah, and your oldest is like 13, 14. She's in her own world.
Yeah, exactly. I think she was actually watching two things, something on her tablet and one thing on, like, she usually does that. And my son,
probably reading a book at the same time.
Yeah, and like they had Mario playing on the airplane. So my son's like, there goes 3 hours. Perfect. Leave me alone. And again, stewardess, another 2 whiskeys, please. Yeah.
Okay, so you got there. You flew to Vienna?
Yeah, we flew to Vienna.
Which is what, Austria?
Austria, yeah. So Toronto and then to Vienna, and then that's where our trip ended because the capital of Slovakia, Bratislava, is like 60 kilometers away, which my wife has family there. So we're perfect. We're going to go visit them. We stayed one night with them. That way we kind of, you know, one part of the family is done. Off to the next one, right? So we took a train from there to my hometown. Or to the city close to my hometown, which was about a 6-hour train ride, but it's very comfortable. I had some work that I needed to finish, so just hopped in the coach where you could order some food and drinks, and beers were cheap.
Yeah, I think you were
awesome.
sending me pictures of that. Wi-Fi must have been free too.
There was free Wi-Fi, which was horrible, by the way, but whatever. I managed to send the picture over. But it was really nice, and then, you know, got to the city that's close to my hometown, and Dad was there to pick me up, and seeing my son run to him and jump in his arms, like I started bawling instantly. And I don't know what happened this trip, but like I guess the level of being able to keep everything in just dropped to like -5 because like I've been so emotional.
Is that like a life shift? Like, is that the first time that's happened?
No, like I usually every time I went to visit family, I would cry when we say goodbye.
Yeah,
to my dad and to my brother.
Yeah.
With my mom, a little bit.
I used to like sob.
Oh yeah.
Like sob almost uncontrollably when I said bye to people.
Oh yeah.
It stopped probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. But like like when I was touring with my band and like Rob and some of our mutual friends, nobody listening knows who these fucking people are, but
maybe.
I used to like sob. Like,
oh really?
Oh yeah, like it took me a day to get over it. Now I don't cry anymore, but
yeah. No, and
I think I've just buried everything.
Just like
which I don't want to talk about today, but like maybe we'll unpack that later.
No, but yeah, it was weird because like again, like I saw
you're getting soft in your old age. Look at you.
But like also, my dad, like I've talked about this, that I've never really seen my dad being emotional or cry, and like he was like, I think me seeing my dad tear up made me tear up even more, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think that was the part that kind of broke that ice, you know?
Yeah. I think if I saw my dad crying, I'd start bawling.
Probably, yeah. Right? It's and again, like you're looking at this tough person that's never been emotional.
Well, and we've talked about that on multiple episodes about like the generational difference about how us as men like handle emotions, how we feel like we're allowed to handle our emotions, and so that's interesting.
But I was really looking forward to this trip because so in the past we would always stay with my parents, and staying in a small apartment that has AC. Before it didn't, but there's no central air. Very uncomfortable 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
And there's 6 people in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's been always tough. So,
what number were you that day?
Yeah, -25. No, but so this time we actually kind of before the trip we talked to my parents, and they actually offered that, look, like you guys can have the apartment. we will stay at the cottage for most of the part. So I think we only had 2 nights where we, out of the 4 weeks that we were there,
where you had to share the whole space.
Literally the first night, and then one of the last nights that we were there.
Okay,
actually.
and their cottage is how far?
20
just to give
clicks.
some. Yeah, it's not.
20 clicks.
It's not
Yeah,
far.
no. So and then we stayed actually at their cottage, but it's a 3-bedroom house that has 2 kitchens actually, and it's got big space. So we stayed multiple nights there, and that was okay. That was actually very comfortable for us. So, but we still had the choice to go back to the apartment, and we had a little bit of privacy, and we kind of just did our own thing. And Mom wasn't there to bug me in the evening if I want to go out for beers with my buddies. You know, like it was really nice.
What's that about?
What?
What's the mom thing about?
Oh, so like,
do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. So my mom would. When we stayed in the same apartment and happened to go out with my buddies for a beer, which was like literally across from the apartment building. So
and
like a 2-minute walk.
Every day.
Maybe, but again, like
I mean, maybe who's nobody's keeping track.
No,
she was, but
but yeah, I would be like, why are you going out? Who are you going out with? How much money are you taking? Why are you spending money? What are you drinking? I'm just like, Mom, leave me alone. Like I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah,
that's
aggressive.
Like don't.
Why do you? Okay. Oh man, questions, and I don't want to be insulting.
Go for it. It's okay. She can't understand.
Yeah, I know you don't care. Do you think has she always, like, was she like that when you were young?
Yeah.
Why do you think she was like that?
Because she always, at least this is the way I saw it always, that she had this vision of me. I have to do proper things. I shouldn't be going out drinking. Now, my dad used to be an alcoholic.
Okay.
And he had to go to rehab.
So do you think that...
And my brother
had a hand
my brother
in that?
Drinks a lot, and then at one point his marriage was falling apart.
Yeah, he's a cop.
Right? You have to drink.
If I was a cop, I would drink too.
You're drinking anyway.
I'm drinking anyway. Am I a cop?
But so I guess, she didn't want me to I guess she was picturing me to be a doctor or something, you know, like
so she had like a preconceived path for
me, which I was like,
which you clearly were not interested in or did not choose to participate in.
At least, actually, there was one point where they came for a visit, and one of our family friends' son just finished Harvard and became a doctor.
See, that's a nightmare.
And then she was like, "Oh, I wish you had gone to university." And I'm just like, "Mom,
she said that."
Yeah. And I was like, "Fuck off!" Like, I have a house. Like, we have food on the table, we have cars. We're not struggling.
You have a beautiful family.
Like, we're going on vacations. I'm like, who gives a shit that I don't have a university finished? You know, I got a job, and I've established myself with my wife, who also has a very good job. Why do I need to go to university? Just because in the past, growing up in a country that was very communist, you know, when you finished university and you got like an actual title, because their people include their titles in the names, like doctors. If you finish like an engineering thing, then they would put like an ing at the end of the name.
I hate when people
or if they
do that.
finish a bachelor, they would put BC,
BSCE or whatever those people put. Like,
but that was how they grew up, right?
Sure.
And then, so my mom's vision was still that, like, oh, I wish
I hate
my son.
when people do that, but I think it's only because I don't have anything to put after my name. Maybe it's a jealousy thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I never liked that. I'm just like, really, like. I had an opinion about those people that always added, oh.
Okay, so your mom had like a bit of a... She had decided what your path should be.
Yeah.
For whatever reason she decided.
And from day one, I was like, fuck no. Like, I'm not doing that.
And so you fought against that.
Oh, and I think I
think a lot of us do anyways.
Yeah, and I was an asshole teenager.
You're still an asshole, just for the record.
But now I'm an asshole.
You're not
adult.
a teenager anymore. Fair
exactly.
enough.
As a teenager, I was like just kind of doing things on purpose. Like, oh, my mom said be home at 1 a.m. I showed up at 4 a.m. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Actually,
but that's like, isn't that just normal rebellious teenager stuff?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, I think that, I don't know.
But like, I had buddies.
I might have pushed my limits as well, which is probably why we're friends. But like, I kind of did the same thing. Like, it was a little like in my family. I have two brothers, and like you're
the black sheep.
Oh my god! Like my dad actually the other week we were having a conversation, and he didn't call me the black sheep, but he used that term, and he wasn't talking about anybody else. So he didn't flat out like you. He didn't flat out say it to my face, but he said it around my face, and I didn't disagree. I don't disagree.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm actually
you can't.
You know what? I'm actually proud of that. Like I actually have a lot of pride around that.
Well, it probably, and I think about that myself as well. That all those, let's call them bad actions that we've done in the past, it made us who we are today. Right?
So you went. So we're gonna dive back into your trip. So you went to, what was it? A high school
reunion? Yeah, like kind of like a mini,
or like a get together, whatever you want to call it. Like right when the day you got there.
Second day, it was the second day.
Okay.
The day I got back to my hometown.
Your actual hometown. Yeah. What was that like?
That was fun. It was actually a lot of fun.
You'll have a great time anywhere, but
that's right. But it was nice to kind of catch up with friends that I haven't seen in 10 plus years. So,
that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's good.
So let's do it this way. We're going to break the highlights into two categories.
Okay.
One being highlights, just spending time with your family, things you did, blah, blah, blah. And then the second one, we'll circle back and we'll do the second one, which is like highlights, like mental health highlights or lowlights, whatever it is.
Okay.
So actual highlights, events, things you did that were exciting.
F1. That was
son of a bitch.
So much fun.
So you went to the race in
Hungary. Yeah. It was a 2.5 hour drive. And it was my dad's 70th birthday this summer. And because we couldn't be there for his birthday, I decided that, I want to do something special, and I really wanted to go to Barcelona with him because his favorite soccer team is FC Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, while we were there was no games. So I was like, okay, well, that's it.
That's out.
Then realized that there's an F1 race, so we went just for one day because kind of missed the boat, and only expensive, like
a fortune.
$4,000 tickets were available only, so
it's one of the most expensive sports in the world.
It is, and I can see why. Being there, like it was massive, like just amount of people and like the traffic jams and like, it was a shit show to get there, but it was fantastic. So that was my present to my dad, and that's going to be one of the highlights for sure. Emotional highlights, seeing my dad almost tearing up again. Like, just, he's like, you know what? I'm 70 years old, and I finally got to go on got to see an F1 race. I mean, we were there for the qualifier, but he was very happy, and he was speechless for a little while.
I want everyone to know how jealous I am. I am like an F1 fanatic.
You are, yes, you are.
Still have not yet been to a race. Next year is my first one, but we're not talking about that right now.
So that was definitely one of the biggest highlights. Just overall hanging out with my brother. It's me and my brother don't talk a lot. When I'm here and he's back there, like we maybe chat once a month.
Just like living your own lives kind of thing.
And it's just like, we kind of talked about it. It's like, you know what, I don't need to call you every day, how are you doing, and you tell me the same thing. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, kids are fine, blah blah blah. Like we don't need that shit. But once a month I'd say we talk for a couple hours, and we kind of catch up and laugh and whatever, and then that's that. But when we get together, like physically, I just want to be with him the whole time. And of course, we went there. He has a job, so a few days that he had to go to work, we tried to do like little family outings. So those were really nice. One of the family outings we did was we went to the mountains there. And that was another highlight of mine too, where I took my kids to a place where I went as a kid. And there's these beautiful waterfalls you hike down to. It's like a half an hour hike, nothing too crazy, you know, but like kind of walk down on a walkway and go to these beautiful waterfalls. And I just started bawling. I was just like, my kids were there and I saw it. I heard. I'm ready to cry right now. And that was fantastic. And then the second day in the mountains, we went to another to the second highest peak, and it was just overall like being out with family and seeing the world from a different point.
Yeah, and sharing that with your family, right?
It was
because you've all been, and nobody's gonna know this, but I'm gonna tell them, like, you've all been kind of separately in groups.
Yeah,
for over the last handful of years. Like your daughter went last year.
Yeah, she went with my in-laws. Yeah,
and then you and your son went.
My daughter.
You and your daughter went.
Yeah, we went separately as well. Yeah, 4 years ago.
Okay,
yeah.
so this was like the whole gang going out.
Yeah,
and so
yeah. It was really.
How did that that obviously felt good, but expand a little more on like what that meant to you as a dad. Like, you've raised these children. It's been a lot of years. Like, COVID interrupted some of those, and it's been a lot of years since you've actually done that.
It was the best part about this was what kind of went through my mind all the time is that now they're gonna remember this. You know, like,
because they're old enough.
They're old enough, both kids. You know, before, okay, my daughter has really good memories, but my son went there when he was 1.5, and then 5 years old. You know, like, yeah, exactly. Like
5, maybe
he'll remember a few things when he was 5, but like not a lot.
Yeah.
But I know that now, like, they're gonna remember. So that's why we kind of packed like our days with things to do. So we went to see. Just like from my parents' cottage, another, I think it was like a 15-minute drive, and like the largest book in the world ever
you
printed.
sent me a picture of that.
Yeah, and I'm like, and it's just like at the end of the day, like, it's no big fucking deal, but like,
it's a pretty big book.
But it was,
it's
a big ass book, and it's like, you know, I would have never like thought that it would be cool to actually see, and like they showed like how they used to press books in the past, like in the 1700s. So it's really cool to see like just little things like that, and kind of looking at my kids that they were actually interested in it too. So that was really cool. We went to we found like this nice little hike. Again, nothing too crazy like ours, but it was like maybe 1 hour hike. And we found like this cave in the like a hidden cave in like the hills and in the forest, and water was flowing out of there. Just beautiful scenery. And again, just looking at my kids, how much they enjoyed their time doing that stuff like that. That was really a great feeling as a dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like they're gonna remember it. I'm hoping that they're gonna pass it on to their kids, you know, in the future.
Well, and they were appreciative, and they wanted to be there in the moment, and like when we get home, like at least my experience is like work doesn't beat you down always, but it's busy. Yeah, and like life is busy, and you have activities, and you have this and that. You took a 5-week pause on life, with your wife and your kids, and like focused on that.
So it was really good,
and partying. For the record, you did some of that.
I did, yeah.
I mean, your kids were in bed already.
Yeah. They were in bed. Yeah, they were taken care of.
We talked a few times.
Yeah,
and I didn't record any of it, nor will anyone get to see any of that. But you had a good time. So you packed. Like, what I'm trying to say is, you packed it all in.
Yes, we did.
Like, you were able to celebrate with your family this beauty of like your heritage and your wife's. Yep. Like, you and your wife both grew up in that little town in Slovakia, and like you got to celebrate that together with your children, who are old enough now to like hold those memories and feel something about those memories. Right. And during the off hours when your kids were asleep, or your family, like, you kind of done your fatherly duty.
Yeah. I turned into a 16-year-old Tommy again.
You got to go out and celebrate. How was that balance for you throughout the trip?
Well, again, like
we all know already.
Going into the trip.
We know already at this point that you hate sleep. So
yeah, exactly.
Or you don't care, but you have no respect for sleep. So
no, but
your lack of respect for sleep, was it beneficial on this trip?
You know what? Actually, I have to say I did sleep more than I slept at home. Except the one night.
Yeah, well, there was the
one night that let's just say we tied one on.
Well, we were FaceTiming at 8:30 in the morning where you were, which is what for me?
Afternoon, 7-hour difference. Afternoon.
So it was like midnight.
No, it was like one. It was like 2 in the afternoon or whatever. 8 plus 7.
No, it's ahead. 3. I don't know what it was.
Oh no, that's right.
No, it was like 1:30 in the morning here.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was 8:30 in the morning where you were, and we were both having a great time, which was lovely.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yeah.
Well, So okay, well, let's get into that.
Okay.
So, because I know there was some challenges, and like I think I want to dig into that a little bit.
Yeah,
are you okay to unpack that a little bit?
Let's do it.
We touched earlier on sort of your mom's side of things, and that was a challenge, and so. We talked about highlights with your family. Let's talk about mental health journey through that 5 weeks.
So obviously, first day, it's great. Everyone's happy to see each other.
Yeah.
Done. Put that aside.
Honeymoon phase
the very
of a vacation.
Very second day with my mom.
Second day?
Was
that the first day with your mom?
That was already... Basically, yeah, not even 24 hours with my mom. Oh. And it was just like comments, like little comments that just kind of...
Jabs?
Just rubbed me the wrong way. And so there was this event in my hometown that we really wanted to go to because it was just like a little town event. And I was like, you know what? It's the very next day. Let's fucking go. I get to see lots of friends, family there probably. Kind of... Get the people that I would like to see, but not necessarily go into a lot of time for them.
Yeah,
I get to see them. Where everyone's there. Hey, how you doing? I'm back home. Blah blah blah.
Well, your town's
nice
small.
To see you. It is.
How many people? Just to give
10,000 people.
Okay, so it's 10. So it's like Portage, La Prairie.
Yeah. Like everybody knows everyone.
Okay,
and so I was like, this is a great opportunity to see people that I normally wouldn't see. And maybe get some family members to come out because there's lots of like kids activities too, and then so we wake up in the morning and then my mom's just kind of like, do you really want to go? And I'm just like, well, fuck, why not?
Yes.
Like why not? And then it's just like these excuses over like, well, but like there's this and there's that, and then there's, unfortunately, we have some, I don't want to be politically incorrect, but unfortunately in Slovakia there's some minorities that don't live very clean.
Okay.
And they do have lots of diseases within those communities.
Yeah.
And of course, like the city kind of charges a very low fee to get in there, but some of them would try to sneak in and go do these things. And my parents are like, oh, well, they're going to be there and you don't want to catch anything from there because they're whatever. Yeah, there was some little outbreak within those communities at the time. At least that's what my parents said. And so, my mom was just like kept nagging, like, oh, well, maybe you guys shouldn't, but if you want to go for it, but this blah, 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 blah. Yeah,
passive aggressive thing. Yeah.
So me and my wife were just like, fuck it, let's just not go. Let's just go back to my parents' cottage.
Oh, you didn't go?
No, so we didn't go. And then I was so pissed off.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, I was pissed because especially after I saw pictures, I saw, oh yeah, there was this buddy, that buddy with his family, blah, like it was just like, we should have just gone. But
fuck.
But for my mom's sake and for my own sake, just so we don't get into a fight, I was like, fuck it, bite the bullet. We made the decision and we lived with it. Fine.
That's done. Fair. I can understand that.
And then so there's all these like constant jabs, and then so my mom is a very stressed out lady. Like, I think she actually needs some fucking help. Seriously, like
okay,
like she needs to go see a therapist, and I think she needs possibly some pills because she gets very, not even angry, but like it's either her way is the best way.
Yeah.
And like, for example, I made a vinaigrette for a salad, and I mean their vinegar is a little bit stronger, so I might have added a little more.
Yeah, but it seems like a tiny nothing.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh my god!" Like, this is impossible to eat. I'm like, I don't know, tastes good to me. And then my wife tries it. She's like, "Yeah, like it's okay." And my dad tries it. Yeah, this is good. And she's like, "Well, you guys don't know."
Was it just the fact that she didn't make it?
Well, and that's just so. Then I'm just like, "Oh, fuck it. Here, you make it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you."
Yeah.
And then she's trying to keep busy, like always cooking and like cleaning, and then meanwhile we can't help her because if we help her, we're not doing it the right way. And so we're having a good time. Then she gets pissed off that we're having a good time, and like she gets pissed off that I'm going to my brother's and just you just sit there and you guys just drink and you guys just talk, and like I'm like, well, yeah, like what the fuck am I supposed to do? Right?
Their whole fucking lives are that we drink and talk and work. Like, and that's all we do.
So it was a lot of like me listening and I'm just like,
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna swallow
like swallowing
that.
It,
I'm gonna swallow that one too, you know. And like eventually I got full.
What happened when you got full?
Well, I made some comments.
Okay, and do you want to talk about that?
Well,
and you don't have to share only what you want.
No, yeah. So the first time I kind of had enough. I just kind of got up and I said, you know what? I need to walk away because you and I are going to get into a fight. And then she kept talking. I was like, nope. I literally just stopped her. I was like, no.
Honorable approach.
I am walking away and please do not come after me. So I went to my brother's. You know,
it was just like across the street.
Yeah, exactly. It was literally like 50 feet away.
I'm going to my brother's next door. You can still hear her on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, so it was just like that was our first kind of, let's call it a fight, you know. And I think that was not even within a week.
Can I ask, does your brother have these same interactions with her?
Yeah,
I'm just curious.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
So that was the first one.
That was the first one. And then, you know, after I kind of just told her, I was like, look, like, we just need to learn to speak to each other because we can't.
We're not doing this for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, we're here for only 4 weeks. Let's, like, you tell me if you need help and you tell me how you want me to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, just because I'm spending time with my brother, I love my brother, and I talk to you almost every week when we're apart. I don't talk to him. I want to see him. Yeah. Even if we're gonna sit in silence, I'm still having a great time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of, you know, I threw it in her face. And I was like, "Are you fucking jealous that I like hanging out with my brother? Like, aren't you happy to see your sons getting along?"
You'd think so.
And then that kind of hit her.
Maybe she didn't feel that way.
That hit her hard. Okay. And then she was just like, "Okay, yeah."
So where's your dad in all this?
My dad is not a very vocal man.
Yep.
He will.
I've met him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, me and my brother have the same opinion that if my mom was our wife, we would have left her a long fucking time ago, and we don't understand how my dad is still with her. So your
dad's a strong, committed man.
He is.
That's good. That's
how they.
I think we should do an episode on our fathers. Actually,
God.
Should we do one?
We should.
Okay, we're gonna do an episode on our fathers.
Yeah.
So let's keep going with you.
So my dad, again, like, he's just kind of like he'll be quiet until he gets pissed off too, and then eventually he'll get into a fight with my mom.
Okay.
You know, because he'll say his 2 cents and then he'll shut up, and that's it. He will be quiet.
Okay. So he's learned.
Yeah. So the second time
he's adapted.
That was the toughest one for me because this was supposed to be. So we decided to do a little celebration of my dad's 70th birthday beforehand while we were still there.
Because you were going to be there for his actual birthday.
So it was my parents, my brother and his family, and my family.
Did your brother have kids?
Yeah, he's got a 19-year-old daughter and a 8-year-old.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and so we the day before, it was a Friday. We spent the night in the apartment, and then on Saturday morning we went to the cottage. And we got to the cottage, and I just felt it right away. Like there's something.
You just knew going in.
Yeah. Oh, like my dad and my. You can tell my mom when she's pissed off.
Yeah.
Like right away, like that we knew that there was a fight between the two of them.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we decided we were gonna cater food.
For the record, you can also tell when you're pissed off. So
Yeah.
maybe that's from your mom's side.
Probably, yeah. And so it was like, okay, everything was supposed to be smooth. There wasn't supposed to be any preparation because that's why we said we're gonna get catering.
Yeah.
So my mom
So
doesn't
nobody
have
has to do anything.
Yeah.
She gets to spend the day hanging out. She
That's
doesn't
right.
have to work.
Right.
You think you're doing this person a big favor.
So, but we got there and it was just like, okay, we felt the tension. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I don't even know. I can't even remember now like what it was exactly. But basically, my mom said something about my dad that, oh, you don't fucking do anything. You just sit here all fucking day.
Oh shit.
I do everything. Oh, and I'm just like, I see me and my brother. We see how hard my dad works. And his whole life, this guy built a cottage with his two hands with brick and mortar, like fucking cinder blocks, like carrying it by hand and like literally like built the fucking the foundation of the cottage by using just slap together wood pieces so he can pour the concrete in. Yeah, and we're hauling rocks into the foundation there and everything. So like this guy worked manually his whole life. He gets shit done. When we went on a quick trip took my mom too, we came home in the back of the cottage. He has like an unfinished part. He already put like the stucco on, and he's just like,
he just works.
Yeah, he just works. Like he gets shit done. And poor guy is like 70, and he's starting to feel like his body's not young anymore.
Well, his body's probably 80 if he's been doing manual labor
if not
for
more.
50 years.
And so like we know that he works hard, and like for my mom to say shit like that, and then this is where I broke down crying hard. I cried like a little bitch. Because my dad said, he's like, yeah, I don't do anything. I'm just gonna go find this. I'm gonna find this or go to this tree and hang myself. And like that was like to say on the day where we're supposed to celebrate his fucking birthday, he says something like that. Like I think also he shouldn't be saying shit like that.
There's sides to it, but then, I can't imagine. Like I'm sitting here right now imagining like if my dad said that
and in front of you,
how
right? Like
and I heard him like how fucking upsetting that would be for me.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, dude. No, that's awful.
And so I was like, I can't believe that this is fucking happening. And then so my brother shows up with his wife and kids, and I'm just sitting like up front, and because I had to walk away, and like they see me, like they're like, "What the fuck's going on?" I was like, I can't talk right now. Like just
give me a minute.
Move along.
Yeah,
move along. Leave me alone. I need to process this, and I need to work through this. And it took me like a good hour just to fucking like get over it.
Get back into, well, or at least...
Well, we're supposed to celebrate.
Pretend to get back into celebration mode. I don't imagine an hour is enough to really work through that, but...
And, but anyway, so kind of... I really wish I talked to my dad a little bit because I think he needs to also... Like I wanted to tell him, like, don't you fucking say shit like that, Yeah. Like, or like if you like, don't say it in front of me,
Wow, but here, okay, so let's get into that. So like, son, father, uncle, friend, like, isn't that why we're doing this?
Yeah, no.
And I'm not calling you out. I'm not saying you're doing the wrong thing. Like, if my dad said that, I think I'd be so thrown off by it. Right. I think I'd be angry.
Yeah.
Like I think my reaction would be anger, and I'd be like, "Fuck you!" Like, you're the guy. You made me. Like, this is, you can't do that.
Yeah.
What fucking hope does that leave for me? Like, this is just my initial reaction on that, and I'm not projecting that, but like, isn't that what we're doing this for? Is like, that
we need people to speak up and stuff, but like.
But I get it. Like, this is the man that raised you. This is the man.
Well, and like we've had
you took him to an F1 race. I wouldn't say that if you took him to an F1 race.
We've had unfortunately in our family we've had a couple people that hung themselves,
committed suicide. Yeah. Oh, so like, that's even
putting things together. Like that was so hard to hear from my dad, right?
Yeah.
And
well, we talked behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You and I talked a little bit. I don't know what how many hours, but it wasn't days, it was hours within that. And like, we didn't actually get into that level of detail on it, but like, fuck, that must have been hard.
So it was super hard. And then, but anyway, so, you know, I wanted to talk to him, but didn't. And you know what, at the end of the day, we kind of all moved on, and we've had a nice lunch, and we've, you know, had a good time.
Okay. But what do you do with that? Like, where do you put that? Yeah,
I kind of just...
You just tucked it away and put it somewhere.
Away, yeah. I tucked it away, yeah.
Then we talk about it, and like you gotta... It has to go somewhere.
Yeah, it was... and well, that's the thing. I didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of put it away, and...
We're gonna have a nice day. My family's gonna have a nice day.
Yeah.
And like...
So it was... I had to put on a face, which I absolutely hate doing, but whatever. It is what it is. Then my family is sometimes so fucking stupid because it's just they can't make up their mind.
Okay.
And like, if you want to do something, then fucking say you want to do it.
Yeah.
You know? But it was just like, you know, my brother got up and left, and then my parents started cleaning up, and I'm just like, we're just kind of like, okay, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my brother started making plans with his friends for the evening.
Okay.
Because my parents didn't say anything that they're planning on doing further.
So he's just making other plans.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my parents assumed that we all knew that they want to hang out for more in the evening. But nobody fucking said anything. Yeah. Now, my wife actually said that...
Are you sure you didn't grow up Mennonite?
And then my wife actually said, no, like, your mom kind of mentioned that we're going to hang out later. And I'm like, I've never heard it. And like, this is the first time I'm hearing it from you. And meanwhile, I was really excited to meet my brother's friends that are around the cottage area, because so like I mentioned, my brother used to party a lot, drink a lot, and his marriage was on the rocks. Since they bought this cottage, they have these two other couples that they kind of got really close with. And my mom actually telling me happily that, oh, it's so nice. These are great people. They hang out. They either go to my brother's house, or they go to this guy's house, or they go to that guy's house. They're always bringing like food, or like bringing, you know, fresh jam.
So it's like a good thing.
Nice little community. I'm like, oh, that's great. So I want to meet these people.
Yeah.
And this was literally the last weekend there. I'm like, well, this is the only time that I'm gonna be able to meet them all together and have some drinks, right? Well,
was that the night?
That was the night.
That was the night.
That was the night. So we started partying at like 8:00.
Yeah.
In the evening, and
now your wife participated for a certain amount of time in this.
For an hour,
and she's not like a she's not a party animal. No. She doesn't go like you go, and frankly, that's probably a good thing.
Oh, it's
I think you should greatest. I think you should be very grateful for that.
Yeah, so we partied from 8 till 8:30. So 12 and a half hours.
Shift.
It's a solid shift, yeah. Like overtime, pulled overtime in that one, that's for sure.
But you got to spend, and especially leading into that night, so heavy and like.
Oh, it was nice to.
I'm sure you appreciated the relief and the
until 6 a.m.
Until between 6 and 8:30 got a little hairy, but.
So yeah, here's the other part. So like, yeah, it was great. We're having a great time. Because, and just a little detail, which is, I believe it's very important. My wife thinks it's bullshit, but so it was a rainy day, and one of the guys has like a nice little barn attached to the house. So we were hanging out in the barn because, hey, there's lots of room. We had the grill set up there. We grilled some meat and we had some drinks. Well, we closed the barn door because it was raining, and it's a giant double door. And we closed it, right? One of my buddies passed out around, 1 or 2 o'clock, and comes back at 5, stumbles back in. You guys know that there's light out? We're like, oh shit. And he cracks the beer. I guess we keep going. So we kept drinking, and I receive a message around 5:45 from my wife saying, are you guys still there? I'm like, yep. Your mom is going out to look for you guys.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like,
really?
I was like, tell her we're here and not to come.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, she's out.
Oh, shit. So, did she show up? Oh, you never told me this part.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so around 6 a.m., she barges in.
Oh, fuck.
And so here's the funny thing. So it's...
I don't know if any of this is actually funny, but I can find the humor in anything.
Now that when I thought back of what the guy said after, it was fucking hilarious. But so anyway, there's four of us, like me, my brother, and two his buddies, and one of the guy's wife. Like the five of us were fucking going hard. And so she opens the door. And we're having a good time. We have music blasting. Like,
yeah, you're having fun.
We're probably dancing too. Like, it was just a good time.
You sent me a lot of pictures from that night. Yeah. You were having a great time.
Yeah. So, door opens, and I see my mom.
Ooh.
And she's looking at me, and she's like...
you're in trouble.
No, this is what she said. And, instant fuse fucking went off. What the fuck are you guys doing? Don't you know you have families? And I was just like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did you freak out?
Oh, I did. I lost, like my fuse went off. Fucking bomb exploded.
Oh, shit.
Mind
you, that bomb had been ticking away for a while.
And then, so she said that, and then when I said, what the fuck did you just say to me? And then she slams the fucking door. And I was just like, oh, no, you didn't. So I go out, and I just fucking told my mom, like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? My wife knows where I am. You have absolutely no right to come here and look for me.
Yeah.
I have an understanding with my wife, so you don't come pull me back like a little kid.
Well, and like, and sorry to cut in, but like, if she wants to be mad, if your wife wants to be mad at you, that's between you and your wife.
Absolutely. 100%.
If your kids want to be mad at you, that's between you, your wife, and your kids.
Yeah. So when my wife texted me, and she basically just said like, okay, you're idiots.
Yeah, like
that's what she said.
Like, I know your wife; she's a lovely woman.
Absolutely. And then you know what? We have an understanding between me and the wife. If you're gonna go hard all night,
you just got to get up in the morning, do your shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we have plans.
That's how it works.
The next day. You have no right to say, "Oh, I'm tired."
No, you want to be a tough guy in the evening. Be a tough guy in the morning.
That's right. So,
and that's the responsibility.
So I lost it on my mom, and then,
that's tough.
And then basically, I just sent her. I was like, you know what? You need to leave. You need to get the hell out of here right now, because I can't be close to you.
Oh man,
and
that sucks.
I'm sorry
you had to go through
and
that.
I kind of I felt bad, but also like I'm one of those guys. Like sometimes some people need to hear that.
Yeah,
and it's just like
I've never spoken to my mom that. I shouldn't say it. I've never had to speak to my mom that way.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that feels like.
No, and so here's the funny part.
Okay, there's some humor in this.
Yeah. So there's the two guys. Like my brother knew it was my mom.
Yeah.
The two guys, they're like, "Oh, that was your mom? I thought it was just a random lady that thought they were loud, and you just fucking sent her away." So there's some humor in it. I'm like, okay, I can see how that, because it was raining too, so she had like a raincoat on, But yeah, so the guys.
What's the point? Why? Like, why?
Well,
what's the point
and
of
that's
that?
the thing. And then after, so anyways,
it's already 6 a.m. Like what?
Yeah, and so then I was like, well, actually, I would have come home right now, but like, fuck it.
Yeah,
so we drank for another 2.5 hours after that.
You just gave me a reason to drink for 2 more hours.
That's right, yeah. So
fuck. I'm sorry that happened, man.
And then so I didn't go to sleep to my parents' cottage. I went to my brother's place and passed out, slept till I think my wife came around 10:30.
Woke you up and
so like in 2 hours or so. And then I was like, like I was just like totally out of it, right? I'm like, I need 1 more hour if that's okay. She's like, okay, that's fair.
You pulled it together.
Yeah, and then so 1 more hour, and then we went on, did our thing.
That's fine.
I was struggling.
Yeah, but then you had you've told me before. Yeah, and we don't need to get into the story.
Then
but like,
I had
you had a shot and a couple beers, and you were back in the game. And listen, anybody listening to this who's had drinks understands how that works. And if you haven't, that's okay.
Yeah, so that was a Sunday, and then I didn't speak. So the next day, my mom called me, and she was just like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "We're in the city, and we're just doing this and that." She's like, "Okay, if you can you get this for me from the stores?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, okay, bye." That's it. Yeah. That's all he said. And I was kind of talking to my wife about it, and I was still very angry with her, and I said I need an apology from her, because she doesn't need to embarrass me or my brother in front of my brother's friends. We're not kids.
Yeah.
If she had come in like, guys, it's 6 a.m. You guys are fucking idiots. Get your asses home.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Fine. Sure.
I would have been like, okay, Mom, we're going.
It's a little weird, but all right.
Yeah.
We'll go.
But yeah, she came in, she slammed the door. I was like, you're disrespecting the guy's property.
Yeah.
Like, you have no right to slam anybody's door.
And
don't treat me like that.
It's just a bad situation.
So anyways, I really wanted her to apologize. And then talking to you, talking to my wife, you guys kind of said the same thing, that really, is there a point to, like, we had not even a full week left.
Yeah.
Is there really a point holding a grudge against her? And, no. So I said, yeah, right. So I sucked it up. I just went and talked to her. I was like, look, Mom, like, I don't think it was right what you did. Sure, did we go over, what normal human being would do?
Yeah, but
sure.
why? Like, is that so bad?
But again, you knew where we are. Yeah, we were drinking a little more than normally. Again, who cares?
But think, like, for me, it always comes down to intent and, like, the big picture. So, like, are your kids unhappy and upset? Is your wife unhappy and upset? Because that's who you're responsible to. You're not responsible to your mom. You're not responsible to your dad. No. You're responsible to your wife and your children.
That's right.
As a man, you are responsible to those people. And, like, are they upset or is it negatively impacting them? If it's not, then within your family dynamic and the rules you've set,
absolutely, yeah.
Is it bad? No, it's not.
No.
And nobody else gets to tell you that.
That's right.
My family's the same. Like, me, my wife, and my child. Like, we set the rules for our family. Yeah. Nobody else does. Yeah. Nobody gets to decide that.
No.
Except the three of us.
Yeah.
And
so that was tough, but whatever. At the end of the day, let's just say we made up. We just kind of, I told her what I thought, how
which at that
behaved,
point,
and I apologized for my behavior. I said, yeah, I shouldn't have said those things that you said. She never apologized, and I was like, I should
probably say the same thing to my wife today. I wasn't very nice to her before I left.
But she never apologized. But am I gonna let that bother me now? No, because I know who she is.
Well, you can't.
I still love her. She's my mom, and I know who she is. And at the end of the day, she might feel like she won this battle, whatever. I don't care about. There's no win and lose for me,
Everybody lost, actually, but
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, we're fine. We said our goodbyes after, and the trip ended very well.
Yeah. So okay, we've been going really long, but I want to touch on one more thing.
Okay.
Because there's a beautiful light at the end of this whole tunnel of your summer, and I'm also so grateful we haven't had to talk about my summer. And you'll probably force me into that at some point. Eventually, but that is not today.
No.
You guys went to Halifax, so you left Europe.
Yeah, and
you went to Halifax as a family for a week.
Yeah.
Slovakia was, from my perspective, talking to you, was incredible and eye-opening and bonding for your family and frustrating as fuck and all these things.
Yeah.
You, your two kids, and your wife left there and went to Halifax for a week to spend time with each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's work.
You had a work thing. Yeah, you had a work thing, but like you had a week of vacation from your vacation before you went back home.
Yeah.
Which, like, I think we've all been on vacation.
Yeah.
And we've all come home from vacation and been like,
and you jump right into
fuck. Like, I came back Sunday night and I got to go to work Monday.
That's right, yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
No, it was really nice.
So quickly, because, and not quick, I don't actually give a shit, but like, what was having a week after all that like for you and your family? So, including your kids, your wife, the dynamic between all of you. So
me and the wife, we were really looking forward to this trip because we've never been to Halifax and we've only heard great things about Halifax.
Fuck.
And kids, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to Halifax, whatever.
Well, Jacob will run in the streets anywhere. Right?
Exactly.
Can I say that? Sorry, his name.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And so we were really looking forward to it. We had a really nice hotel 1 block away from the pier.
Oh,
fucking beautiful.
Yep.
First night we arrived around 8 o'clock in the evening, so we jumped in the pool, whatever, Unfortunately, my daughter got sick, so she stayed about 3 days in the hotel room while we were doing stuff, but whatever. Girl. It is what it is. She didn't complain. She was on her screen the whole time. She's a teenager.
I know.
It's just,
but still.
But yeah. The very first day, I had one of the happiest moments in my fatherhood. Took my son. We went for a walk, and then we were looking for boat tours and what we can do, during the week. And there's one thing that you can go deep sea fishing. And I was like, oh fuck, let's do it. Kind of booked it in
Well, Jacob's up for anything.
Well, and I'm like, hey, dude, you want to go fishing? He's like, yeah, let's do it. So it was just me and him. So it was really nice. We went on a boat for a couple hours. It was also very cheap. I think it was $100 for the two of us for a couple hours. Perfect. Nice. You don't need, because his attention span is very short. So
what?
But so the
I wish you all could meet this kid. He's unbelievable.
He's awesome. Some of you guys know him.
He's so amazing.
It was great because we went out. Quite far, about 20 minutes onto the ocean. Yeah,
that's no joke.
Yeah, and the funniest thing, this kid drops the line. And then he's like, and here's the boring part of fishing. And so the guy just killed it. He's like, wait until you have a girlfriend or a wife. This will be the happiest time of your life. But no, it was he barely finished the sentence, and all of a sudden,
he's going
there's
on the
something.
line. Okay.
And then, we within 2 hours or hour and 20 minutes or whatever we were out there for, he caught 7 fish. I caught 6.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was awesome. We caught some cods, pollocks, and mackerels. It was awesome. It was great.
Did you get to keep them? Did you eat them? How does that work?
We could have, but we just did catch and release. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so nice, and he had a blast, and just seeing him holding up the fish, and he probably caught more than his weight. He caught some nice big ones.
What is he? 80 pounds wet?
Not even. No, yeah. But still, you know, they weren't huge, awesome. But they were decent size fish, and yeah, he was very happy, and I was just like, wow, this is fucking unbelievable. But now he's going to be disappointed when I take him fishing here because we're probably not going to catch anything.
Catch some shitty small pickerel or whatever.
No, it was really nice. And then we went out to Peggy's Cove, and if you've never been to Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia,
you've been raving about that.
It's just mind blowing. And if you guys go on our Instagram page, I made a little post.
Oh yeah, you had a post about it.
Yeah, it was just so peaceful because you see all those rocks and you see the waves roll in and bounce against the rocks. There's tons of people there, but you couldn't really hear the people. You could just hear the ocean, and you can smell the ocean, salt water. It was very I sat down for about 10 minutes, and I was just staring into the ocean, and it just cleared my head. It was this is what I needed.
Yeah,
that was that point where after coming back from a trip, I'm like, okay, now I'm relaxed, and I can just now go back home and get back to reality.
Yeah. Well, in your trip had, we've talked about it now for a while, but had such a mix of heavy and light, and they had the full spectrum of. If we talk about our check-in from 1 to 10, your trip had all probably 0 to 11.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
at points,
it did,
and so I think I'm so grateful that you got to do that with your family after the fact. And it was kind of a second trip to decompress from the first one.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy you guys got to do that. And I saw you guys a day or two after you got home, and because I couldn't handle not seeing you any longer. And your family. But I got to see you guys so quickly after, and everybody just felt light and felt happy, and great, it just felt lighter. And
we were also very happy to be home because being gone for 5 weeks. from your own bed, your routine and everything. It was time.
Well, and you guys
back.
love your home. Like you have a beautiful home, you have a beautiful family, you have a pool, you have like.
We love spending time.
You go
at
camping
home.
on the weekends. You have a place for that. Like you guys have a great setup and a great way to bond together. And so like
it was great.
It's not like you're coming home to like, we don't have any of these things. It's like no, you have a great. You've built your lives around this great thing, and you've worked so hard to do that. And
Absolutely,
I'm so proud. Like as a dad,
it was.
I'm so proud of you for doing that. And for what you've built in your home and with your family and your relationship with your family. And, I'm always so honored to be a part of, I feel a part of your family now.
Yeah, you are.
Because I'm here all the time.
You kind of are, yeah.
Your kids
and now our daughters get along really well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know our daughters get along now. And like, I feel a part of your family. And like, I'm just so proud to be a part of that.
Absolutely. No, we like having you here.
Yeah, you say that with some good tension.
No, but going.
My wife doesn't like me either, so like it's fine.
Going into this trip, I told my wife and I told myself, I'm like, this is going to be the best trip so far for us going back home to Slovakia, because we already planned doing all these things. And I'm like, no, screw it. We're not going to just sit around. We're going to go do things, go see things. And we had day trips to go to like a pool, and went on hikes, went to ruin. Like every day we did something. Yeah. Even if it was just for an hour, but we did something, right?
Yeah.
And I think that, and it really was our best trip, because I guess I tried to maybe force myself a little bit to believe it there's going to be the best trip.
Sure, which is fine.
And
good things can come of that.
It really was our best trip, and part of it was because we were staying with my parents the whole time, and because we were doing things, so it was awesome.
Well, you found a way through. Like there was some shit, but like you found a way through it, and you created this like. Your whole family will never forget what you did this year.
Yeah.
And so I'm proud of you for that, and I think you're a stellar father.
Well, thank you.
And like you did a great job.
Thank you.
So
I'm gonna play this part for my wife.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. You're the best father. You are so attentive and loving and kind to your children.
Okay, now she's not going to believe you.
You don't ever want to hang out with your buddies and drink, because that seems like such a waste.
It's horrible.
If you could be doing something else.
Okay, Mom. Anyways, but you know what? Honestly, like coming back from this trip, so before the trip, I felt like I do need to see a therapist.
Yeah.
Just things were kind of piling up, and I wanted to see how I'm going to feel after the trip. And it was still very much so, I had that little feeling. There's nothing specifically that's happening. I just feel like I need to...
No, there's like a hangover.
Yeah.
It's a weird, not an actual hangover, but like a hangover from that.
So I still felt like I needed to do some therapy, and... So I think this is a good way to introduce our new sponsor.
Yeah.
Even though if you listened to last week's show, you already saw it, but we got a new sponsor, BetterHelp. And I actually booked a session with a therapist through BetterHelp. And I had my first session yesterday, and I have to say, like, my therapist is absolutely fantastic. He's a gem.
Amazing. I haven't had mine yet, so I don't want to talk about it too much.
No, yeah, because we'll dig into it a little more.
We've got some time to have that whole experience, but like you were texting me about it, and you said like he was great. The service is unbelievable, like how easy it is, how low impacted.
Fantastic.
You can communicate with them however you want, which is like phenomenal. Like I scheduled a video call. Did you do a video call?
Yeah, I did a video call.
But if you don't want to do video call, you can do like audio. You can even do text. Like you can do a text thing.
Yeah.
And so like whatever you're comfortable with, but like mine's next week, and I'm so pumped for it. Like I want to compare notes.
Absolutely,
on it.
Yeah.
But like I'm so happy you had a good experience.
We'll definitely do that. So definitely, let's run the ad here a little bit, and then we'll talk about our experiences once we had a few sessions, both of us. So
awesome. Hey Tommy, among all the episodes we've recorded, there's one common theme, and that's getting therapy. We've talked about it lots.
Many times.
You had a really tough time making that first phone call. I had a tough time making that first phone call. I didn't even know if the person I was going to see was the right person, but you got to just try. Thank goodness we have a sponsor that makes it way easier now. BetterHelp has an online platform that allows you to fill out a questionnaire. They connect you with a therapist, and you get to communicate with them however you want. So whether that's text messaging, that's emails, that's through their app, that's video chats, you get all those options, and it makes it way less scary to be connected with someone. And if you're not into the person you talk to, they'll sign you another one right away. I've gotten to sign mine already, and I can't wait to use it. Like, by the time you hear this, I will have had my first session, and I'm super pumped to talk about it on the show.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it, and like it's very easy to sign up. It took us maybe 5 minutes to sign up, and you answer just simple questions, and next thing you know, you got a message that you will be paired up with a therapist, and within the same day, we got the therapist already, and the name and a message from them, and we were able to communicate with them. So it's extremely easy. So please go to BetterHelp.com. Yeah, that's the thing. BetterHelp.com/Quiet Riot Show, and you get to also enjoy 10% off for your first month if you sign up using this link. So again, right here, I'm going to be doing it from here. Yeah, it's BetterHelp.
Am I screwing it up?
.com/Quiet Riot Show. Yeah, sign up today, and you're not going to regret it, because I'm already enjoying it. Just the fact that we connected with a therapist.
Me too, man.
Thank you to BetterHelp for supporting this podcast. I guess last part of it, we've promised you guys a giveaway, and on Instagram we ran a little ad to get a mug. And so I have a list of names that liked our page.
Or are you doing the spinny wheel?
Yeah, I have a...
Can you do it on camera?
Yeah, I can do it on camera. So I have this...
Yeah.
I have the spinny wheel.
Oh, I've always wanted to do this. I've never done it. Spin.
Okay, spin. Oh, there should be sound. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Who gets a mug? Boop, boop, boop.
Okay. Hoat TK... 9. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna tag it on our page.
Yeah, we'll reach out.
So hopefully you're in Winnipeg. If no, then we'll call you. We'll communicate, and we'll get your address, and we'll.
If you're
send
in
it out to
Winnipeg,
you.
I'll meet you for a beer, and I'll give you the mug. If you're not in Winnipeg, then we will send it to you.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, that was a journey. Thank you for doing that.
It was nice to
There's a lot of
share
ups and
it.
downs, and there was a lot, like, you've been back for a few weeks and we haven't really broken it out, and so, like, thank you for doing that. And, like, I just want you to know,
felt
like,
great.
You're an unbelievable father.
Thanks.
A wonderful man and a good husband, and I want you to be proud of that.
Thank you.
Like, I'm not making jokes so your wife listens to this. Like, I actually mean all those things. Like,
Thank you.
That is great, and you did a great job, and so good.
Thank you. I mean, I honestly couldn't do that without my wife. Like, she's
It's awesome.
My support for sure.
She's your pillar.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Instagram. It's Quiet Riot Show. And if you want to check it out on YouTube, you can see our beautiful faces.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's the Quiet Riot Show.
I was grouchy
channel.
today, so that was different, but I'm wearing a hat and I'm
That's
being
okay.
a bitch. But
yeah, exactly.
Thanks for listening.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcast if you'd like, and just share this podcast with anybody that you think would benefit. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, and we also got some emails actually.
Oh, we need to cover those. Maybe we'll do like a middle thing where we cover some of that.
We got 2 emails, and both gentlemen actually agreed that we can read it on the show. We're going to keep it anonymous. Like, we're not going to put any names in there. There are some heavy stories, and I can actually relate to them too. So definitely want to do that. So feel free to send us an email at quietriot@gmail.com. And even if you just need to vent, you know,
we're here to listen.
do it. Absolutely. Yeah. And if you'd like to share it on the show, at some point, I think we'll gather some more emails, and then we'll just do an episode on that. And at some point, we're gonna have some more guests, and then sometimes you'll get just us on the show, and we'll just do either a rant or
Whatever it is.
We'll discuss maybe some topics that we'd like to share with you guys. So
thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. Every single one of you that are listening to this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All Quiet Riot Show episodes have been recorded and produced by Suver Media. If you think you have an idea for a podcast but don't have the space or proper equipment, please visit suvermedia.com for more information. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please hit the follow button and leave us a review if the platform you are listening on allows you to do so. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Quiet Riot Show, and follow us on the Instagram page @QuietRiotShow. Please share this episode with others that may be interested in these topics. If you know anyone that would enjoy these topics, feel free to share our podcast with them. Also, let us know what topics you'd like to see covered in future episodes. Get in touch with us in the comments on our channel and social media, or send us an email to quietriotshow@gmail.com.